The Labour Party is facing a serious crisis, and it's no longer a matter of whispers. It's a full-blown rebellion. At the heart of this upheaval is a disastrous trade deal with Donald Trump, which is proving to be an embarrassment for Britain. Keir Starmer, who once vehemently opposed Trump's protectionist policies, is now attempting to spin this deal as a triumph. He grinned in front of the cameras, shaking hands with the very man he had spent years criticizing. The irony is impossible to ignore. Starmer, who presented himself as a pro-European champion, has now completely capitulated to the forces he once condemned. Labour backbenchers, however, are not buying it. They are livid, describing the deal as a betrayal of British workers, industry, and national pride. They argue that Starmer's surrender to Trump is a humiliating defeat for Britain, especially when you look closely at the terms of the agreement. In April, Trump imposed aggressive tariffs, 25% on UK exports such as cars, steel, and other goods. Instead of holding firm, Starmer blinked. Rather than fighting for a fair deal, he accepted a watered-down version that only scratched the surface of the damage caused. The reality is grim. Even after the so-called relief of the deal, UK exporters face a £9.5 billion loss. This isn't a win for Britain. It's economic sabotage and masked by public relations spin. In return, Britain received a minor reduction in car tariffs, which is almost meaningless for the broader economy. A laughable £3 million beef clause was included, and to top it off, Britain agreed to purchase £10 billion worth of Boeing planes. This isn't diplomacy. It's a robbery disguised as a deal. The cracks within Labour are widening. Senior MPs are furious, with some even labeling the agreement as Trump's victory at Britain's expense. The anger is growing, with whispers of leadership challenges and letters being prepared to question Starmer's position. Once regarded as a steady and strategic leader, Starmer is now seen by many as someone willing to sacrifice British workers' interests to maintain his international image. This is the same Keir Starmer who once claimed that no deal was better than a bad deal during Brexit negotiations. Now he is celebrating a half-baked, one-sided agreement that leaves Britain in a worse position. The rebellion within Labour is just beginning. There are murmurs of internal leadership challenges, and as the discontent grows, Starmer's position becomes increasingly precarious. His defense of the deal as a platform for the future is nothing but empty rhetoric. The British public and his MPs aren't fooled. The backlash is palpable, and political rival Reform UK is gaining momentum, tapping into the growing perception that Labour has betrayed its base, abandoned British workers, and surrendered to global elites in the name of diplomacy. The symbolism of the timing is not lost on anyone. This deal was announced on the 80th anniversary of VE Day, a moment to reflect on unity and strength. Yet on this significant day, Britain bent the knee, appearing weak, desperate, and easily manipulated on the global stage. Starmer's approach to international relations has become a pattern of retreat and surrender, whether it's on the Northern Ireland Protocol, fishing rights with the EU, or now caving to Trump. Under Starmer, Britain has stepped back into the shadow of American demands, rather than asserting its own national interests. As Labour MPs begin to distance themselves from Starmer's leadership, the question arises, how long does he have left? The rebellion is growing and the cracks within the party are deepening. You can only deceive your own party for so long before the truth catches up with you. Starmer's gamble with Britain's economic future has failed, and now the very MPs who once supported him are preparing to push him aside. His downfall may be closer than anyone realizes. In another storm brewing, Foreign Secretary David Lammy is facing allegations of misleading Parliament over UK arms exports to Israel. The accusations have sparked a political firestorm, with more than 40 MPs from multiple parties demanding answers. According to reports, despite Lammy's assurances last year that arms exports to Israel had been suspended, the UK may have continued to send weapons under the radar, including bombs, missiles, and other munitions of war. Lammy's statement in Parliament, claiming that 30 arms export licenses had been suspended, now appears to be misleading at best. A bombshell report reveals that the UK exported over 8,500 items, including weapons designed for warfare, even after the supposed suspension. This revelation raises serious questions about Lammy's honesty, and if proven true, it would be a breach of public trust of the highest order. The backlash against Lammy is intensifying. Members of Parliament from all parties are demanding that he face the truth in Parliament. Labour MPs, alongside others, are leading the charge, accusing Lammy of misleading the House of Commons. Former Shadow Chancellor John McDonnell has been blunt, stating that MPs will not stop until Lammy is held accountable. Lammy's credibility as a future statesman is now in question, and his handling of this issue could have serious political consequences for both him and the Labour Party. This scandal raises wider questions about Keir Starmer's leadership. Under his watch, Labour claims the moral high ground on human rights. Yet behind closed doors, it may be enabling actions that violate international law. The public and Parliament deserve answers, and if these allegations are true, the fallout for both Starmer and Lammy will be severe. The political integrity of Labour is now under intense scrutiny, and it seems the party is failing the test.